There's a huge opportunity coming that some people may just not be aware of right now. Bitcoin is booming and gearing up to break its all-time highs. In this video, we're going to discuss why this is the case and a huge event that is coming soon. We'll touch base on one of the best Bitcoin mining stocks to take advantage of the surge in Bitcoin and why now is the perfect time to get in on the recent pullback. Mainly due to the fact that this company just reported earnings and slightly missed on one number, which is going to allow a great entry point. Guys, now is the time to hang on to your seats and place your bets. There's a huge potential upside, and we want to be on the right side of this. Before we get started, if you appreciate the time and effort that goes into making these types of videos, if you can do me a favor and please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel to get the video out to more people, and I appreciate it, so thank you very much. Guys, right now we're in a market where stocks are moving like crazy, and some stocks are very expensive, like Netflix at $619 for just one share and Nvidia for $822 per share. If you have a small account, it may be difficult to buy shares of these stocks. However, utilizing options, risk can be reduced and they can allow you to control more shares of stock for less dollars invested up front. If you're interested in reducing risk and getting more bang for your buck with options, be sure to download the free options workshop in the link below. It talks about the two main benefits of trading options over buying stocks. We also have a very reasonably priced paid course that goes into detail and covers all the ins and outs of options, including how to trade options for beginners, as well as even some more advanced strategies. Also, use the link below and open an account with Moomoo. You can get 15 free stocks by opening with just $1,000 and earn 5.1% on your money and an extra 3% for 3 months, so 8.1% on your cash. You get free charting software that's great. I use it today. You can set it up with all your key indicators and you don't have to pay for it. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner and I'm not recommending trades. Please do your own research, and if you're new or learning options, I recommend you start small. All right, now let's get into it. Guys, Bitcoin is right below its all-time highs right now, and I think it's about to break through. When stocks break through previous all-time highs, they don't normally come back down. That's because the resistance level then becomes the new support level. This is covered in that options course linked below. Now, why is Bitcoin skyrocketing up? For a couple of reasons. The first one is Bitcoin is halving. What is Bitcoin halving? It's an event where the rewards for Bitcoin mining are cut in half. It happens about every 4 years, or to be exact, 210,000 blocks that are mined. It's designed to reduce the rate at which new Bitcoin are created by cutting in half the reward for mining them. Bitcoin miners receive payment in Bitcoin by adding new blocks to the Bitcoin blockchain. The first halving in 2012 reduces the reward miners received from 50 to 25 Bitcoin. The next one from 25 to 12.5, that was 4 years later in 2016. But wait, if the reward is cut in half, won't that hurt the Bitcoin miners? No, it actually helps them because the Bitcoins become more valuable and the price of Bitcoin continues to increase. So, historically, time and time again, Bitcoin price runs up just prior to the Bitcoin halving event. And it continues for a period of time, maybe a quarter or two after the halving event, and then it retreats back down. And then the cycle repeats and it goes higher again prior to the next halving event. You may ask, what is the purpose of the Bitcoin halving? The purpose of halving is to reduce the rate at which new Bitcoin are created. So just like gold and precious metals, over time it is harder to mine and find more. There's also a finite supply of Bitcoin. This ensures that the total Bitcoin over time approaches but never exceeds 21 million Bitcoin. The value of Bitcoin increases as well, along with its scarcity. So unlike the US dollar, which the Fed can just print more money, then the value goes down and inflation incurs. This can't be done with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is actually a deflationary asset that should continue to appreciate over time. I wish this happened with cash or fiat currency. So how is halving bullish for Bitcoin? Decreased supply with becoming harder and harder to mine Bitcoin results in bullish for Bitcoin. There is also increased demand with just the awareness of the halving event in general and the way it historically affects prices. This increase in demand while supply remains constrained drives the Bitcoin prices higher. Miners tend to keep the Bitcoin more and more on their balance sheets as the price is increasing, which offsets the lower amount of Bitcoin received for mining. So, this is how Bitcoin works in a nutshell. However, you do want to understand for yourself Bitcoin and how it works completely before investing. Bitcoin is still a speculative investment that moves up and down drastically over time with huge swings. It can run up big, but it can have huge drops as well. So I recommend buying Bitcoin with a very small portion of your tradable funds. Okay, so let's talk about Mara now. Marathon Digital, Mara, just reported earnings and they missed. They reported a loss of 2 cents per share on revenue of $156 million for the fourth quarter ended December 2023. The consensus earning estimate was 5 cents per share on revenue of $143 million. However, revenue grew at a 451% year-over-year basis. Now, even though they missed on earnings, let's look at some of the operational highlights. Their energized hash rate increased 253%. Their Bitcoin production increased 210% with a new record. Revenues increased 229% to a record $387.5 million from $117.8 million in 2022. Net income improved to a record $261.2 million. Adjusted EBITDA improved to a record $419.9 million. And they combined unrestricted cash and cash equivalents and Bitcoin increased to $997 million. Debt reduced by 56% to $331 million from $748 million. Their fleet efficiency improved 21%. They entered into a new agreement to acquire 2 new data centers, and their Bitcoin mining portfolio diversified across 11 sites on 3 continents as of the end of 2023. And management had some great things to say following earnings as well. The CEO, Fred Thiel, talked about how in 2023 we grew our hash rate 253%, and he talked about the numbers, the same numbers we just covered. However, he talks about in 2024 we plan to grow our hash rate to approximately 35 to 37 exahash. So by the end of 2025, we plan to be at 50 exahash, which is approximately double our current capacity. And they already have orders for exahash to accelerate their growth targets. Today, Marathon is one of the largest Bitcoin miners in North America, and whether it be financially, operationally, or technologically, we are setting the pace for the industry. Given our momentum, our strong balance sheet, and the differentiators we are building with our technology stack, we are optimistic that the most exciting times for our organization are still to come. Now remember, all of these numbers and comments are for 2023, and we're now still in the first quarter of 2024. So Bitcoin has just surged, which is going to help their numbers going forward. I think with increasing rates of production and decreasing debt, Mara is positioned well to dominate the Bitcoin mining segment. Now keep in mind that after an earnings miss, stocks often get hammered. But look at the growth and the overall numbers. They're incredible. Although Mara reported a loss of 2 cents when 5 cents was expected, they crushed it on revenue and grew by over 400% year over year. Yahoo Finance has the short, mid, and long-term outlook for Mara all heading upward. Mara has heavily invested in efficient mining and technology, so even though they will receive less for mining Bitcoin, the increase in the price will allow them to sell some of the Bitcoin that is on their books at much higher prices, helping to greatly increase company profits. Mara already has a ton of Bitcoin on its balance sheet. It has plans in place to sell a portion of its Bitcoin in order to reinvest in optimizing its strategic focus on growing its mining capacity. Many Bitcoin mining companies do not focus on this, which separates Mara from its competitors. Mara is a believer in Bitcoin long term and growing its capability and business year over year. Short interest in Mara is at 15%, but down from previous highs. Previous shorts were convinced that anything associated with Bitcoin was a fraudulent scam. However, when the Bitcoin price increases, the shorts are stuck and are forced to buy back their stock at much higher prices. This in turn pushes Mara higher and higher. This is commonly referred to as a short squeeze. So what's in store for Mara moving ahead? I suspect Bitcoin will break new all-time highs after halving, and Mara will push up right along with it. There's no guarantee, and I've been wrong before, and I'm just sharing my thoughts. I'm not recommending a trade. And the fact that I'm getting long Mara it's only in a small way. So do your own research and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are the risks associated with Mara? As with anything, when there is potential for upside, there are typically potential downside risk as well. Mara is heavily dependent on the volatile price of Bitcoin. So if there is a large drop in Bitcoin, or if the government decides that Bitcoin should be banned, wow, Bitcoin could take a big hit and Mara right along with it. Any regulatory changes for Bitcoin miners like Mara can drastically affect the price as well. Okay, guys, there's a couple of different ways that you can play Mara, and you can see here I'm in April, 47 days to expiration. I've sold the 25 put option and bought the 20 put option, and I did this and collected $254, up $11. I just did this a couple of days ago. So that's one way to play it, and you can see in the curve mode that the stock price is at $27. It can be profitable all the way down to below 23 is the break even. So it can even move down a little and still keep a portion of that $254. Anything above that 25 strike price is the full profit, and we keep the $254. The other way to play it is with a leaps option. You can go out to January, 320 days, buy the 25 call. Mid price is $12.40. So $1,240 versus $2,700 if you bought the stock outright. And you profit in the same way. So less than half the cost. And if you go to the curve mode, you can see as the stock price goes up, you will continue to make money just as if you own the stock outright. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Remember to use the link below to grab the free options workshop. Sign up for Moomoo in the link and deposit $1,000 and you'll get 15 free stocks up to $2,000 each, and you're going to get 8.1% on your cash in the account as well. Remember to hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know any questions that you have, what you're trading. I answer every question. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.